points, no PowerPoint, so that
only power.
I can finish my presentation in 6 minutes, because already BSY took my 2 minutes. And it's very difficult to speak after BSY. I became chairman of CLEPMA after BSY, and I took almost 3 months
To understand BSY
to
first.
adjust with the pace he had created for CLEPMA. In the morning session, Mr. Tomar gave a classic mismatch of obesity and malnutrition. In India also, if you see the income, there is a classic mismatch. During last 1 year, around 600 more Indians entered into super rich category, that is having annual worth more than 640 crores. And alone in Maharashtra, almost same number of farmers committed suicide. Feed industry, poultry industry, dairy industry, aquaculture industry, we all are dependent on our farmers. And I am very lucky that although I am an industry man, for last 18 years, I got opportunity to work among farmers. So I very well understand the pain of farmers. I will tell you one thing. Here I can see many feed millers and suppliers to feed industry. Feed industry is not a rocket science. It is much more complicated than that. And today, feed industry is facing customer drought. Means India was facing monsoon drought, but during last 2-3 years, the pace of poultry has slowed down. Dairy industry is also going through a lot of trouble. In aqua also, there is an overcapacity in the feed production. So feed millers are facing customer drought. So let me give 3 or 4 points for the feed miller first. What you should do? First thing, you should cater to changing needs. You should raise the bar on performance. You should hoard your cash like there is no tomorrow. And you should pretend that you are starting over. You should, every day you should think that I have started my feed business today. And come out with fresh ideas. If you see in last 1 decade, no new players have entered in this market. But now, this year, I can observe that many new players are looking at India and they are ready to enter into this market. If you see the feed mill capacity, I have seen many feed manufacturers who are using around 50 to 80% of their capacity. But if you see breeders, poultry integrators whose core business is not production of feed, they are struggling for using their feed capacity. Most of the people are using 20 to 30% of their feed milling capacity. So I will advise our feed millers not to expand their capacity, at least for next few years. What are the challenges? Balram already covered few important challenges. First is availability of right quality raw material at right price is the biggest challenge of our industry. Why CLEPMA always asks government that you should allow duty-free imports of GM or non-GM soybean meal and maize, because as Balram mentioned that there should be a balancing act. If we want to compete in domestic market and export market, we should be the least cost producer of milk, mutton, chicken and eggs. And 70% is feed cost in the cost of production. So if we will continue to pay $200 extra for our soybean meal, if we will continue to pay extra $15 to $20 for our maize, then that increases our feed cost and we are at the loss as compared to the foreign feed manufacturers. Speculations and short-sightedness is not only affecting farmers, but it is also affecting processors, traders, feed millers. The quality of raw material is also very important. Means, look at the corn. We are asking government to put drying facility in mandis so that corn can be dried to 12%, 13% moisture. Because toxin is a big issue. Adulteration is a big issue in the processed products like soybean meal. If you look at our business, distribution of feed is the weakest link. We need to do aggressive promotion and farmer education. When I was working with American Soybean Association, I got opportunity to educate poultry farmers about good quality feed. During last few years, there is an education of fish farmer also, but there is a need of dairy farmers education in coming 1 decade. If you see, as BSY mentioned, per capita consumption in India should go up. And we should look at the Brazilian poultry industry. The export of animal protein should go up. We request government to have the consistent policy on the export of milk product like SMP, because that affects our dairy farmers. If we are not exporting X amount of SMP from India, our milk cooperatives and private dairies will always face problem in giving right price for the milk of farmers. Misuse and overuse of antibiotics is an inflated issue. The real issue is not so big. Animal welfare is another inflated issue. So we need to educate our consumers, and we need to use good quality feed supplements to improve the nutrient utilization. Let's talk about sector wise. Poultry feed, around 8.5 million metric ton of layer feed is made in India. Around 12 million metric ton of broiler feed is made in India, and it will continue to grow for another 10 years as our poultry industry will continue to grow. Future of the dairy compound feed is very bleak, is very black. NDDB chairman was in Pune 2 days back, and I was discussing with him. NDDB has done ration balancing, and if you'll see, around 6.5 lakh animals of 4.5 lakh farmers in 9,500 villages are getting benefit of ration balancing. And around 8,000 local persons have got job due to this. I encourage each and every feed manufacturer to educate your salesman to use the ration balancing and to help farmers to feed their animals more balanced food. And NDDB is willing to give this software free of cost to our feed manufacturers. If you look at the shrimp production, it's mainly export dependent. If we are exporting shrimp in a good quantity, then the feed produce will be good. Look at the fish, extruded fish feed. There is almost 14-15 lakhs tons installed capacity. But what we are selling? Only 7 to 8 lakhs. Why we are concentrating only in 1 or 2 states? We should go and cater fish farmers, not only in Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, but also in other states. Please refer BSY and my paper published in Golden Jubilee Solvent Extractor Associations of India's handbook. We have given projection till 2025. I will request you to go through CLEFMA of India survey report also. Please become CLEFMA member if you want to become feed manufacturer, or if you are selling commodities to feed mills. But if you really want to understand the feed business, if you really want to understand our pain, you start feed mill. I always encourage solvent extractors in each and every meeting that you also start feed mill. The farmer in your area will get good quality feed. What is the way forward? Last 2 sentences. Our industry, whether it is solvent extractors or feed manufacturers, we look united, but internally it is highly fragmented. And there is a lack of coordinated effort, and that is hurting everyone. The continued industry-wide coordination will be critical to maintain the sustainable margins in this business. So thank you, Kailash Singh, for bringing us together. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Bhosale.
What?
We're moving on very quickly.